times, and we'll see what we're at about this week. Give us something great, something legendary. What do we got? We're in the green. Were toys like Polly Pocket or Micro Machines too small to be practical?
No.
Too tiny. Lot of parts in there you could lose, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about Micro Machines before.
We did. Obviously, I didn't have a Polly Pocket,
Right.
but I had Mighty
sister
Max.
had.
You had Mighty Max.
Interact,
Mighty
yeah.
Max, yeah.
My sister had Polly Pockets, and I
Yeah.
am not ashamed to say that I thought they were awesome. And I would, if she was going to play with her Polly Pockets, I was going to hang out with her because then I could play with her Polly Pocket as well because they were just cool. Like the inside of those things they were done really well.
Yeah.
I like that the little Polly Pockets kind of bent in the middle. You could put them in. They had tons of different cool little parts to them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were a blast. She had quite a few of them. I had quite a few Mighty Maxes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I played with them all the time. And I don't think they're not practical because we saw that version of thing, like that style of toy, bounce through some other different toy lines too, right?
Right, because you had some Star Wars themed
Yep.
tiny toys and Micro Machines and everything like that.
Yeah.
I just feel like it hit better with the
Turtles.
kids being small, right? You're small, you have small hands.
Nimble little fingers.
It's something you could take in the car with you, like on a road
Mhm.
trip or something like that, easy to grab. So I feel like that's fun. Or maybe you're going to a friend's house, you can pack that rather than a larger toy, right? So I
Yeah.
think practical, yes.
Practical for a car ride, yeah.
But I couldn't bring my Castle Grayskull with me to my friend's birthday party. But I could bring my
Sure.
Micro Machines.
Right. Grab a pocket full of those
Sure.
and shove them in. You're ready to go.
But your parents think that they're practical because they're very small parts. They can get lost. They can get eaten. They can go up somebody's nose.
Dangers. They got to keep
Lot of-
buying them now because you're losing them.
Right. So are
I
they
mean-
practical from a standpoint of the parents? Probably not.
Like, I'm not sure if I could eat this Micro Machine van. I mean, I could try, but I don't know if I want to.
The wheels
Yeah,
are
like
like
a Mighty Max, but like, I don't think I want to eat that.
Go up your
They need
nose,
to have
though.
to switch to cartridge flavoring, and I wouldn't want to eat it.
Oh,
to make it taste bad, so you don't want to eat the Micro Machines.
right. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with the Micro Machines, though. Micro Machines we had a big collection of those, and I think we even had like the little garage set and everything. I think it was practical.
Yeah,
I don't.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it was practical. I could see how maybe not so practical just because you can lose pieces so much easier. Um, because you can kind of make the same argument about accessories for figures as well. You know, like
Yeah,
everyone lost the Ninja Turtle weapons.
Right.
You know, so those kind of get lost, to get vacuumed up or something like that. So I could see it from a standpoint of a parent not thinking that they're very practical because you just lose them, and not thinking at it from like a kid standpoint. From a kid standpoint, everything's going to be practical. They're going to want everything.
I mean, you can always look at it as through like the company. Was it practical for the companies to go this route, making this stuff smaller than just doing a direct comparison to Matchbox or Hot Wheels? And they're like, well, we're going to make ours a little bit smaller.
yeah.
And I do feel like that was a better choice to stand out from them. You're like, you know what? Ours are going to be a little bit smaller, and we're going to make our play sets a little bit smaller, and we can sell ones that interconnect, and you can kind of build your own city rather than just getting a big play mat for your Hot Wheels or one track or whatever.
Which I feel like makes the Micro Machines practical, right? Because you could have 3 or 4 of those sets and they clip together or whatever, right? When Hot Wheels, I feel like I always had the racetracks that as a kid, you'd put it together and then it'd take space in your parents' living room, and
That's
you
true.
kind of trip over it while he was taking his, bringing his dinner to sit down and watch MASH, and next thing
Right.
you know, that Hot Wheels set is going across the
Right,
room,
right.
right?
So that
So I
makes
don't
those
know.
less
Micro machines were
practical.
more
Yeah.
Right.
practical, yeah.
So I don't know if you guys remember, but not so much the tiny toys, but do you remember the Ninja Turtles had the Technodrome playset, right? The big
Mhm.
Technodrome. But then they had like the smaller Technodrome. So it's the blue one. Do you guys
Yeah,
remember
I have
that?
that one. Mhm.
You have the blue one?
Yep, it's back in the
So
showcase there.
thinking back on that, like, do you think that the smaller one was as practical as the larger one? I mean, I know Russ, you said you had the smaller one, and the bigger one, like we're talking about how things either take up more space. You said the Hot Wheels. The
Right,
Hot
right.
Wheels you trip on
Tracks
or
everywhere, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You can't really bring them anywhere. But it made me think about, oh, okay, well, what are other smaller versions of bigger sets? And that reminded me of the two Technodromes. I forget what it was called, the blue one. It was like a it was like a travel one, or not a travel one, but it had some kind of a title to it. Russ is
I feel
Googling
like the
away.
smaller one would have probably been more practical for your parents because they probably had to spend less to each of the smaller one, and then you still had a Technodrome. Because I
Sure,
feel like
sure.
I don't even what would the big one have been for cost, right?
Oh, yeah, for
Or
price, yeah,
playsets.
for price-wise.
It's a scout vehicle.
Scout
Technodrome
Oh,
vehicle.
scout
nice.
vehicle.
So it's kind of like it's technically not a Technodrome,
Yeah,
but it's the same idea.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Hmm.
fit
So
one
that's
person in
probably
there.
what would come out of the Technodrome to go and scout,
Yeah,
like the area or whatever.
yeah,
But you could see it opens up just like the Technodrome. It
yep,
has the two flaps. So that's why I said it's just a mini Technodrome.
yeah.
Right, right.
Hmm.
But
I mean,
I would think that would be more fun to play with, being able to
yeah,
move it around better.
Right, and better comparison with your turtle van.
yeah.
Right. Right.
Like, I feel like Micro Machines, Polly Pocket, Mighty Max, the Star Wars versions of both of those type of things. Turtles had like that Mighty Max style thing with the little heads that you could open up and
Mhm.
have the characters in them. I think they are practical. I don't think
They
they're
just
too small.
re-released those too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
They're
And I
brand new. You
mean,
can get them at Target. Yeah.
those items were for kids, like we were talking about. They didn't have man hands that they were playing with them, right? So
Right,
for us
right.
kids, they were practical because we could nimbly play with them and have them take them with us, like you were talking about. So I think they were practical. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be practical.
Yeah,
Right. They're not practical because
Other
they're
than
too
you could lose
small.
some stuff, but we could also say that we haven't hold on to a topic that would ask, were accessories for action figures practical? Because who ended up 3 days later with the guns for your GI Joe? Not me. They were in the dog is where the gun for the GI Joe went, right?
in the
My
dog.
Micro Machine was more practical than the accessories
Right.
that came with all of
There's
the toys.
good point.
Right.
Good
And
point.
and to add to that, Keith, I'm very surprised when I was kind of cleaning up my shelf over there, how many of my original little guns I still have for my army ants.
Yeah, that's
Because you
impressive.
know how small those are. Those
Yeah.
are microscopic.
Mhm. Very impressive.
So not practical. They're not practical at all. But
The army ant guns, yeah.
but yeah, you don't need the gun for the army ant though.
No,
It's
not
just
at
kind of
all,
like
right?
one of those things. So that's why I would call that like as an accessory not practical. But
Yeah.
like for Ninja Turtles, yeah, you want to have weapons.
Till your dog eats them.
Yeah. So I think they are practical.
Final decision.
Yeah, practical.
Practical it is.